Merci, Madame.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Del Castillo for 4 minutes.
Sí, muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I'd like to start, like the other rapporteurs, Gertrude Todman and Malcolm Harbour, by thanking them for the remarkable opportunity that they have offered me to work on this revision of the telecoms regulation. Because if you ask me, on the basis of my short experience in this Parliament, what we've had here has been a model for cooperation between members of Parliament coming from different groups. So I'm very grateful for that. And of course, I'd also like to thank all those others who've helped, shadow rapporteurs, and in particular the ITRE Secretariat, which played a fundamental role, I think, in bringing us to this stage. And then, of course, the Commissioner and the Commission, who throughout the difficult trilogue negotiations have always been very helpful. And I'd also like to mention the Czech presidency. At the beginning, the first steps were a little hesitant, but now we've reached the stage where the Czech presidency played a genuine leadership role in the Council. So that was an effort which I'd like particularly to thank the Czech presidency for. President, Commissioner, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is the revision of a regulation affecting a sector which is key for Europe's future, key for the welfare of our fellow citizens, key to getting us out of the deep crisis in which our economies find themselves in Europe as well as in other places. If there's one industry which can provide us with the strength to get us out of this crisis, this one is it: information technology and communications, telecommunications or electronic communications. That is why it is so important, and that was why we were able to strike this agreement, as this now allows us to move forward. And we can move forward with what I think is the most important position. We're not closing in on ourselves. What we're doing is looking towards the future. We're turning our back on protectionism, and we're in favor of competitiveness and competition. That's why this is such a key industry. Now, different aspects of the reports in this package have already been mentioned. All I'll mention, since I was rapporteur on this particular report, is the question of the new body of European regulators in electronic communications. This is a fundamental instrument if we are to ensure that the rules that we pass tomorrow in the shape of this new regulation are then applied consistently across the whole European Union. We need to ensure that there is in practice harmonization so that we can develop a real internal market with internal competition, because that's the best way of making sure that consumers win out, because that's the best guarantee that European consumers will be able to enjoy the best services at the best prices. Competition, and only competition, is what will ensure that final result for consumers and for our economies. I see my 4 minutes are coming up. I won't have much else to say. Yes to opening up and competition, no to any kind of closing. The best form of competition comes from electronic communications and this market, so it's a good day.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Pleguez-Williams-Aguilar, 4 minutes, please. Thank you, President. Now, like all my other colleagues, I would also like to address you today and the Commissioner thanking you for the work that we